Welcome to another Explorer Everyday video. And if the plywood is going in the Tahoe, that can only mean one thing. Road trip. I'm heading up to Ely, Minnesota, right on the Canadian border basically, for a weekend of some lake trout fishing and crappie fishing, and hopefully getting my first shot of the Milky Way tomorrow morning, about 11 hours from now. I got a 4-hour drive, get a few winks of sleep, and it's gonna be 5 below. Down here, it's, I don't know, 45, 50. Full on spring. I'm driving 4 hours north to go into the winter. I have no idea what this video is gonna entail. Hopefully some Milky Way, maybe some fish, maybe some landscape photography. Stick around to find out.
These days are running slow. Sunsets and shores far from home. Headlights are shining on the sea. No place on earth I'd rather be. And I could try to just follow the swell.
Welcome to the trip to Ely. I'm halfway there. I'm just outside of Cloquet, Minnesota. And look what we got. We've got a big Aurora storm going on tonight. So now I've got a prediction. Do I hang out here? I have a terrible composition. My only clearing I could find was just power lines. But it looks like we might have a substorm going on. Or do I just keep pounding north? I'm still 2 hours to Ely and just get there and hope it's still going on. It looks great, completely naked eye visible. I'm under dark skies. I'm going to some of the darkest skies in the world. This is pretty awesome, great timing. I'm gonna take a couple pictures and keep heading north, I think. As I turned north out of Cloquet, it became evident the northern lights were out, and they were very naked eye visible. I took the first road east that would have a view to the north, but it was thick forest for the couple miles I drove. My only view north was at this power line clear cut that I had driven past a few minutes before. Not exactly a great Northwoods feel composition, for it was essentially a test shot, but I actually don't hate it as much as I thought I would. As I resumed my travels north, the Aurora continued to be visible as I drove, although unfortunately my GoPro didn't pick them up. I left my good camera in the way back of the Tahoe to keep it from the heat and the risk of fogging up. I needed to find another spot to pull off with a better view quickly. Then it appeared in the upper left-hand corner of Google Maps. There was a river that appeared to be just a few minutes off the main highway that ran north and south. I had nothing to lose and turned left on Highway 8. This is not going to be a quick trip to Ely. Found a river, the bridge over it. Hands are shaking, it's so cold out. I do have a time lapse running with my D750. Crank a quick 250 with that one. I did face a couple challenges on the bridge. First, I only really had one composition, shooting off the bridge upriver. I did use both my 14mm and my 24mm lenses, but the results are very similar. Second, I had to balance speed with quality, knowing I still had a 2-hour drive ahead of me. For time lapses, I always try to shoot 250 frames for a 10-second time lapse. Shooting off the bridge, I set an exposure of just 2.5 seconds so I could shoot at a 3-second interval. I would need about 13 minutes to complete my time lapse. I opened my Sigma 14mm to f2 and shot at ISO 3200. For my Tamron 24mm, I shot at f2.8, also at ISO 3200. Overall, 2.5 seconds just doesn't let a lot of light in, and my time lapses are definitely noisier than I like. There's also the balance when shooting Aurora of taking a long enough exposure to capture as much light as possible for a clean image. But you don't want too long of an exposure that flattens out the Aurora and you lose all the detail. Every solar storm is different based on how strong the Aurora is, ambient light, as well as moonlight, but I usually shoot between 3 and 10 seconds. As much as I'm a skeptic of AI, I will say the AI noise reduction in Lightroom is a lifesaver for anyone shooting in limited light situations. My still images are as good as I had hoped.
All right, it's a 9:45 update. Look at it just going off. We hit a substorm perfectly here. Back of the camera, I got some of my most compelling Aurora shots. I don't want to say ever, but they look just so phenomenal. The colors in there, purples and reds, like just colors I haven't seen before. I can't wait to see what my time lapses look like. I've pulled all my cameras. I got to keep moving north to Ely. I still have 2 hours to go. 9:45, my alarm's going off at 3. I may not go to bed tonight. I will sacrifice a day of fishing to watch this Aurora and then see the Milky Way rise tonight. It's gonna be cold, it's gonna be miserable, I'm gonna love it. Let's keep moving north.
As I continued north, I watched the Aurora dance in the sky through the windshield. I had to stop one more time. Unfortunately, I didn't know my mic died in the cold air. I had a dirt road all to myself with Orion setting in the west and Aurora to the north. And little did I know, within 30 minutes, the Aurora would vanish from the sky for good. I'm glad I made my stops and didn't drive straight through to Ely.